Welcome to Detroit, Michigan, where EA Sports presents the fourth game of the Stanley Cup Final between the Buffalo Sabres and the Detroit Red Wings.
Hi, and welcome to Detroit. I'm Jim Houston, and your color commentator is Darryl Ray. Yzerman gets to the circle. He'll face off against Pekka. They drop the puck. Kulubovsky then made the pass. Wilson moves in to the net. To Shatan. To Kozlov. Kozlov starts out. Murphy winds up. Yzerman intercepts the pass. Quick shot. Pekka out of his own zone. All by himself on the breakaway. Short pass to Wilson. Detroit steals the pass. Shannon over to the wing. The Sabres are changing on the go. To Sanderson, who shot it from the slot. To Yzerman. Detroit needs to get a fresh line out there. Kozlov shoots! Belted and knocked to the ice by Kozlov. Hasek stopped it. Hasek passes it across. Passes it across to Ward. Has the puck on a string. Ward scores!
Let's take another look at what happened. It all started with a pass. He let a wrist shot go and turned the light on.
The teams line up for the faceoff.
Buffalo goal, scored by number 15, Dixon Ward. Assisted by number 21, Mike Hurlbut, and number 39, Dominic Hasek.
This is going to be a real test for Potomski. And again! This has got to be more than a little embarrassing for Potomski.
Not hard to pick a winner there.
And it's a decisive win for Cruz. A penalty has been called.
Buffalo penalty to number 24, Paul Cruz. A 5-minute major for fighting.
Penalty called for roughing.
Detroit penalty to number 24, Barry Potomski. 2 minutes for roughing.
Pekka gets waved out of the faceoff circle. LaPlante to face off against Shatan. Here we go again. Buffalo has fresh legs on the ice. Nader passes into the middle. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. Nader moves in. Shatan to Pekka. Pass intercepted by Shatan. Towards the net. To Shatan. To Shatan. The Sabres change up their lines. Detroit should be making a line change soon. To McKee. McKee feeds it ahead to Odette. Nader jars the puck loose. Buffalo leads by just a goal. Eriksson passes it across. 6:04 left in the period. Nickel to the net. To Odette. Potomski steps back on the ice and his team will enjoy a shortened power play here. Nickel wins the draw cleanly. Hurlbut into the slot. To the net. To Nickel. Maltby winds up. Odette got the puck down the ice. What a hit! Quick shot! Hasek got a piece of that shot. Moves it to Zhitnik. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. Odette into the offensive zone.
They needed that save.
Buffalo is ahead by just a goal. To Lidstrom. To Maltby. 1:26 left in the penalty. Wilson moves in.
Buffalo penalty shot to be taken by number 4, Mike Wilson, against number 59.
Wilson starts out. Wilson to center. Moves in. Detroit has fresh legs on the ice. Great hit! Detroit should be making a line change soon. To Gilchrist. To Gilchrist. Pass intercepted. Wilson starts out. The Sabres change up their lines. Wilson passes across. Odette passes back. Detroit needs to get a fresh line out there. To Pekka. Both teams are passing well in this game. Hasek stopped it. Nickel wins the draw cleanly. Maltby scores! Cruz will serve the full 5 minutes no matter how many times the power play scores here.
What an impressive power play that was.
Kozlov gets to the circle. He'll face off against Nickel. Buffalo will have to have another player take the face-off. The ref gets ready to drop the puck.
Detroit goal scored on the power play by number 18, Kirk Maltby.
Time runs out. Odette scores! Let's take a look at that one again.
Here he has the puck. He let a wrist shot go. That beat him low.
Yzerman gets to the circle. He'll face off against Pekka. The Buffalo Sabres win the face-off. To Sanderson, towards the net. Kozlov moves it on. He touches the puck for icing. The Detroit Red Wings win the face-off. Plant hits him. Brown passes across. The Buffalo Sabres lead by just a goal. Just 2 minutes remaining in the period. Kosar then shot it. Golubovsky knocks the puck away. Buffalo has a man down. Looks like Burridge. Kosar gets possession off the draw.
He pulverized him with a good stiff check.
Potomski drops his gloves. Cruz gets things started. Potomski has eaten a lot of fist in this bout. Cruz surprised him with that punch. And again!
Oh man, big haymaker at the end.
Cruz puts an end to the fight with that shot. Potomski will get 5 minutes for that little show of affection. So will Cruz. Cruz gets called for starting a fight.
Detroit penalty to number 24, Barry Potomski, a 5-minute major for fighting.
Burridge will serve the fight instigator penalty assessed to Cruz. The Sabres will change on the fly. Into the corner. To Pekka. The pass was intercepted. Lidstrom out of his own zone. Zhitnik knocks the puck away. The Sabres will change on the fly. To the net.
Last minute of play in the first period.
Under 1 minute to go. Odette into the offensive zone. To Kruk. Kruk gets flattened by Nickel. Nickel to the net.
He just bailed his team's power play out big time.
The point man should be looking for the open man for a shot on this power play. And that's the end of the first period.
Fans are reminded that there is a wide range of quality food and beverages available at the concessionary.
Time now for the second period of EA Sports NHL 99. The teams line up for the faceoff. Buffalo pushing for the insurance marker at this point. He holds onto it. Buffalo will have to have another player take the faceoff. They move into position for the faceoff. The puck is dropped. Detroit won the draw. Both teams are passing well in this game. Lidstrom moves it ahead. Kruk starts out. Nickel to his own zone. Towards the net. To Maltby. To Lidstrom. Oh, a truck hit him. To Burridge. Quick shot. To Lidstrom. On to Maltby. Belted and knocked to the ice by Zhitnik. Odette into the middle. Buffalo looking to increase its lead. Hurlbut gets hit. And they throw their gloves down. Ray goes after him with a haymaker. And again. And again.
He used him as a human piñata.
And it's a decisive win for Ray. We have a penalty that's been called.
Buffalo penalty to number 32, Rob Ray, a 5-minute major for fighting.
Penalty against the Red Wings for roughing.
Detroit penalty to number 22, 2 minutes for roughing. Fans, don't forget to buy a raffle ticket between periods. 50 cents from each ticket goes to charity.
Belted and knocked down by Wilson. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. To the net. Nickel hits him. To Audette. To Shannon. Pass intercepted. Detroit should be making a line change soon. To Erickson. Koser made the shot from the slot. Nickel chips it ahead to Odette to center. The Sabres change up their lines. Odette towards the net. To Brown. Pekka hits him. Pekka moves in. Detroit needs to get a fresh line out there. Shatan to the net. What a save! Detroit should be making a line change soon. He holds onto it. Buffalo will have to have another player take the faceoff. Kozlov gets to the circle. He'll face off against Audette. And they drop the puck. Odette wins the draw cleanly. Wilson winds up. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. Intercepted by Odette. The Sabres change up their lines. Detroit should be making a line change soon. Wilson starts out. The Sabres change up their lines. Towards the net. Interception. Shannon shoves LaPointe. Moves in. Belted and knocked down by Kozlov. Detroit needs to get a fresh line out there. Saved. He covers up. Buffalo will have to have another player take the faceoff. The ref gets ready to drop the puck. Here we go again. Detroit has a fresh line on the ice. He's nailed! What a hit by Hurlbut. He intercepts the pass. To Krupp. The Sabres change up their lines. Zhitnik to the net. One-timer by Hurlbut. Moves in. Odette out of his own zone. The Sabres will change on the fly. To Odette, who then blasted it. To Shannon, that's stopped. He covers up the puck. Pekka won the draw. Buffalo returns to full strength as the penalty expires. The Sabres will change on the fly. Ray to the net. Gilchrist steals the pass. To Erickson. Quick shot on goal. Wilson over to Pekka. Pekka passes it across. Shatan has a breakaway. Saved. Both teams are passing well in this game. Just 2 minutes to go. Into the corner. Buffalo hanging on to the lead. Sanderson winds up. Wilson shoots.
No problem with that one.
To Murphy. LaPointe into the middle. The Sabres are changing on the go. Chips it ahead to Murphy. Buffalo hanging on to the lead. 1:07 left in the period.
Last minute of play in the second period.
To Nickel. Lapointe starts out to center. Zhitnik run over by Kozlov. Eriksson chips it ahead to Kozlov. 20 seconds to go. Zhitnik into the corner. Gilchrist into the corner. Belted and knocked down by Kozlov to center. Moves in. Shot!
The concession will remain open until midway through the third period.
Welcome back for the third period of today's game on NHL 99. The ref gets ready to drop the puck. He then made the pass. He winds up to Murphy. Golubovsky fired it. Wilson gets the puck to Sanderson. Sanderson to the net. Yzerman goes to Golubovsky. He covers up the puck. To McKee. He covers up the puck. Lidstrom gets possession off the draw. Odette knocks the puck away. Lidstrom over to the wing. Lidstrom gets checked into the boards by Zhitnik. Nickel over to the wing. He's got a breakaway! Eriksson moves the puck to Lapointe. Lapointe gets checked by Odette. The pass is made, but it was over 2 lines. The Buffalo Sabres win the faceoff. Wilson knocks the puck away. Maltby starts out. Buffalo pushing for the insurance marker at this point. Buffalo gets called for slashing.
Buffalo penalty to number 80, Jeff Sanderson. 2 minutes for slashing.
They move into position for the faceoff. Buffalo won the draw. Hurlbut to center, who was knocked down. Zhitnik over to the wing. The Sabres start changing on the go. To the net. Nickel jars the puck loose. Moves it on to McCarty. Detroit should be making a line change soon. To Nickel. Hurlbut shoves Maltby. It's a 2-on-1. To Maltby. Buffalo hanging on to the lead. McCarty passes it across. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. Nickel has a breakaway. He covers up the puck for the faceoff. Detroit has a fresh line on the ice. Murphy gets run over by Odette. Kozlov gets the puck to Lapointe. Stoned by Hasek. Hasek covers up the puck for the faceoff. The puck is dropped. To Lapointe. To Lapointe. The puck's knocked loose by Lapointe. Detroit should be making a line change soon. Lapointe moves the puck to Kozlov. Sanderson steps back onto the ice as the penalty expires. That's stopped. To Gilchrist. Pass intercepted. Into the corner. Behind the net. Pekka moves in. Pekka shoots the puck. He covers up the puck for the faceoff. Game on. Detroit has a fresh line on the ice. To Zhitnik. Zhitnik winds up. He fired it. He covers up. Nickel gets waved out of the faceoff circle. Koser gets to the circle. He'll face off against Audette. Audette gets possession off the draw. To Nickel. Buffalo pushing for the insurance marker at this point. Short pass to Wilson. Buffalo pushing for a little more insurance now. Detroit should be making a line change soon. Shannon jars the puck loose. To Nickel. The Sabres start changing on the go. Behind the net, towards the net. Great save! Buffalo looking to increase its lead. He hangs on to the puck. Yzerman won the draw. This is going to be a real test for Bray. And they drop the gloves. Ray goes after him with a haymaker. Ray throws a haymaker. This fight's been pretty close. Ray has really taken control of this fight. Ray lands a punishing blow. And again, this bout has been completely dominated by Ray. That last shot caught him on the button. Ray puts an end to the fight with that shot.
Detroit penalty to number 22. A 5-minute major for fighting. Buffalo penalty to number 32. Rob Ray. A 5-minute major for fighting.
Lidstrom settles in for the face-off. He'll face off against Nickel. The puck is dropped. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. Detroit should be making a line change soon. The puck's knocked loose by Sanderson. Moves in to Wilson. Sanderson shoves Lapointe. He holds onto it. They drop the puck. Detroit has fresh legs on the ice. He's jolted by Shatan. McCarty turns it over towards the net. To Yzerman. To Kruk. Eriksson winds up. The save was then made by Hasek. Buffalo leaves this line out for an awfully long shift. Pekka gets a breakaway. To center. To Shatan. Buffalo looking to increase its lead. Chips it ahead to McCarty. To Shatan. Shatan passes back. Buffalo really needs to get another line out on the ice.
Last minute of play in the third period.
Under 1 minute to go. To Sanderson. Kruk jars the puck loose. To Kozlov. Detroit needs to get a fresh line out there. McKee then cleared it down the ice. 20 seconds to go in the game. To Kozlov. Sanderson scores!
Play has been suspended while the goal is reviewed by the video goal judge.
I think they'll call that one back. It looked like a player was in the crease. After being reviewed, the goal will stand. The teams line up for the face-off.
Buffalo goal scored by number 80, Jeff Sanderson.
Shot by Kozlov. That's it. This one is over. The Red Wings are downed by the Buffalo Sabres.